Hey there, Sheryl here. So have you taken a pause lately and thought about how crazy it is that it's already halfway through the year? And so it's time for a course correction. Or maybe I should ask you a question. Do you think it's time for a course correction? And I know for me it absolutely is, and for a lot of the folks that I've been working with recently. So it's perfect time for this, especially if you're feeling like you're a little bit spinning, out of control, overwhelmed, and also if you feel like you're not being heard and having the impact that you want and deserve. It's time to kind of take an assessment of how do we want the second half of the year to go and make a course correction and change right now, because your voice matters a lot, your contribution matters a lot, and not just you deserve to be heard, but you know, your family, your business, your company, and honestly the world depends on your voice really being heard right now and for you to take purpose-driven action. So here's the thing. I want you to, we're going to take a pause, and we're going to do it together to make sure that you can finish the second half of the year really strong and really happy. Because when we are happy, that is when we are doing our best work and when we can really have an influence and impact others. Now, I have to warn you, I'm going to ask a couple questions, put on my coaching hat, that might not be easy, and you do not have to answer them all right now, but I want you to jot them down and think through them and have them digest and be really honest with yourself, okay? So the first one is, in order to make a course correction, you need to gain clarity. And to gain clarity, like I said, we have to answer some sometimes tough questions. And so the first one is, I want you to write down and really assess and ask yourself, am I in the right role? Or is it time for an exit? And that might make you a little bit uncomfortable, but I want you to find a journal or a pad of paper and get a cup of tea or coffee or whatever you like to drink and really answer that question and do some soul searching with that one, because that's a big one and that's where it starts. So are you in the right role? And also that comes along with, are you in the right company? What is your gut telling you? So try and take your head out of it for a moment and really write down what your gut is telling you right now. And then also, regardless of where you are you feeling heard, valued, and respected? Because that is, for all of you that have worked with me one-on-one or in a group or now in a larger scale facilitation, you really learn that that's one of the 10 human drives that makes us happy and fulfilled, and that is being heard, valued, and respected. So answer the question, am I feeling heard, valued, and respected in my role? And then I want you to also think about and ask yourself, what does my ideal workday look like? So we can't really have a sustainable workday and have the impact we want and deserve if we're not ourselves crystal clear on what we want it to look like. And then now finally, ask yourself, what is a big or small ask that I could make that could help me move into that direction? Because a lot of times, and not to throw us women under the bus all at the same time, but a lot of times, especially women, don't like to ask for what they need. So it might be within your company, within your role, but it also might, be some help that you need, around the house, for kids that are getting older to pick up the slack and make dinner or clean up or, do something, or something that you might need from a spouse or a partner. But it also might be to ask your manager or leader a big ask for something that you need. So I want you to think about either something small or a large, big ask that you might need. Now, again, all of these questions, some of them are a little difficult to answer. So if you're taken aback by some of them, I want you to take a pause and a deep breath and think about, what is a micro step that I can take? A micro step. So think about an ask that you need right now. And it might be something as simple as, in the evening, I need 30 minutes to myself to think through, my next best move, or I might need to have some time with the manager, or just think about a big ask that you need, or even a really small ask, but think about a micro step. So that micro step might be some time for yourself to move and exercise, and you just haven't been able to fit it in, which is understandable. But that micro step might be to have 10 minutes to do that and figure out, ask your boss, your family, or someone how they can support you. Or the big ask is of yourself, to give yourself permission. So think through all these questions, take time to answer them. But in the meantime, think of what is a micro step, because it's very important for a course correction. We want you to be able to sustain this leadership over the long haul, right? And so just consider that you are a gift. You're a gift, and we really want you to think about what is in you that needs to come out right now. What is your gut trying to tell you? Do you need a course correction right now? Because, you know, if you believe in this, the world and the universe, they whispers to us. And then the voices get louder and louder and louder. And so we have to listen. So what is the universe either whispering to you or starting to yell at you a little bit that you need to course correct right now? Because if we don't make these changes, if we don't make the course correction, there are consequences. There are consequences to our wellness, to our relationships, to our career. There's just a lot of consequences. And so I want you to think through these questions, and then in the meantime, think of a micro step.